Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for joining us on this special celebratory occasion. My name is Kathy McCarthy. I'm a Framingham Senior Heroes Awards team member, 2022 Senior Heroes winner for Health and Healthcare, and a former member of Council on Aging. This is our 6th annual Framingham Senior Heroes Awards recognition program. The purpose of this award is to recognize residents who are 60 plus years young for their local volunteer contributions to cultivating inclusivity and diversity. Today we have the honor of recognizing 4 active seniors who have generously contributed their time and experience to improve the quality of life for Framingham. Yes, thank you all. So the 4 winners are Jim Pillsbury for Culture and Arts. Wait, Jim. Glenda Thomas for Social Development. Marty Dutton for Healthcare. And Audrey Hall for Public Service. Thank you to all of you and your nominators and your fans and family. Our honorees have touched many facets of our city and helped support our diverse community and engage all ages and backgrounds. Through video and local cable TV, they encourage open dialogue while bringing out various perspectives on social, civic issues, and veterans' needs to the homes of our residents. They promote understanding, advocacy, and engagement while providing positive opportunities for collaborations among differently focused groups. They improve local quality of life and community well-being by engaging with diverse groups to promote hands-on connections, participation, and health, creating welcoming spaces as folks of all ages bond with a purpose. They provide valuable outreach and mentorship, promoting better understanding and information engagement, ensuring all voices are heard through transparency and equity. We are tremendously grateful to our unsung seniors who encourage and empower others to get involved and continue to be the backbone of our community through their unselfish volunteerism. Thanks to Randy Ellsworth and all of our Callahan staff for their strong support of our seniors and this program through the years. You've been an integral part of its success. Let's especially thank the gals at the front desk, Carol, Mary, Diane, and Savitri, who welcome and assist all who enter and call. Let's always be appreciative. Also, we recognize our sponsor, Framingham Council on Aging. COA members present, if you're present, please stand if you are able or wave. Cynthia Cobb, Dr. Pat Dunn, Marie Giangetti, Brenda Diaz, Luciana Castrillion, Tom Grove, and Lucille Riddle. Our FSH program team thanks all who submitted nominations, the nominees, and all who assisted us in the outreach. It makes the difference. Thanks to Marie Giangetti, the Framingham Garden Club, for their donation of flowers and creating the distinctive corsages and boutonnieres for the winners. We are grateful to Mary McGill and the Friends of Callahan for their ongoing support and valuable outreach every year. You will hear from Mary in a little while. We appreciate our state senator and state reps who have prepared official citations for our winners. We also acknowledge the support of our city dignitaries who are present today and provided lovely citations from the city for the winners. Volunteerism brings joy, caring, and hope. And being a person for and with others, no matter our differences, makes our city stronger together. Our Senior Heroes of 2026 inspire us to be proud to be part of the ripple effect of diversity and inclusion. While volunteering, we seek opportunities to discover the beauty and benefit of those who may seem different than ourselves. Our presence and new friendships gained are reminders of their worth, and one small act of kindness could mean the world to them. Always keep that in mind. Kindness breaks barriers. Inclusion and equity build bridges, and diversity makes us stronger. Life is good when you're happy, but much better when others are happy because of you. As Maya Angelou said, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Be inclusive, be a friend, be grateful. Reach out and encourage someone. Take the time to care and volunteer. Thank you all very much. Now I welcome Brenda Diaz, FSHA Team Chair and COA member, with greetings from Callahan and our team. Welcome, Brenda. Do you have it?
Hello, and welcome, everyone. Microphone. Usually I'm being told to be quiet.
As am I.
Hello, and welcome, everyone. As Cassie mentioned, I'm Brenda Diaz. I'm the chair of the Senior Heroes Awards, and I'm also a Council on Aging board member. And today is one of my favorite days. It gives us the opportunity to come together as a community and recognize extraordinary individuals whose dedication, leadership, compassion, and service have all made Framingham better for all of us. Before we begin, I would like to recognize and thank the incredible staff of the Callahan Center. They have continued to support our seniors and help make today's event possible. So please join me in thanking Noelia, Terry, Emily, and the entire team. Thank you for all that you do. I would also like to extend a special thank you to Randy. Over the years, Randy has been a tremendous supporter of the Senior Heroes Awards and a dedicated advocate for the seniors of Framingham. His leadership, commitment, and countless contributions to the Callahan Center have made this a welcoming and vibrant community for so many. Now, this event would not be possible without the Senior Heroes Award team. Thank you. Thank you all for your dedication, your countless volunteer hours throughout the year, and boy, there were a lot of long nights there. So please stand to be recognized. Bob Evelyn, Brian Sullivan, Carol Daniels, Reverend Faith Tolson, and Kathy McCarthy. I am so grateful for all their hard work and the dedication to this event and our team. We are also honored to have city officials, community leaders, family members, friends, and supporters with us today. If you're a city official or a community leader, please stand or raise your hand so we may recognize you. Thank you for being here. One of the things that I love most about the Senior Heroes Awards is that it reminds us of something important. Our seniors are not just simply witnesses to our community's history. They continue to shape our future. Through their service, leadership, volunteerism, and commitment to others, they enrich all of our lives. They leave a lasting impact on generations to come. So today, we celebrate those individuals and the differences that they make every single day. Now, let's get to the winners.
So we got Jack Lewis. He was here.
Who was here? Yeah. Oh.
Come on up.
All right, come on down.
Thank you, Jack. So you give him one of the citations. So I think you all know Jack Lewis, who is one of our several House reps, and each winner will get a beautiful citation from the House of Representatives. Sorry, and he's going to, not for the names, they're all the same, but whatever. Thank you.
And I'm joined by, normally the entire legislative delegation tries to come to this event. The governor is having a meeting with the Framingham legislative delegation that started 20 minutes ago. And so everyone else is in Boston at that meeting, and I got to choose, and I got to be the one to come with you. So it worked out. They'll fill me in later. If it wasn't me, it would have been one of them, and they would have happily been here as well. I'm joined by Emma from Rep. Souza's office, along with Momina from the Senate President's office, and there will be a Senate citation that we will read soon as well. So I just want to, on behalf of all of my colleagues who honestly really wish they could be here, congratulations. I know it's a room full of previous awardees, current awardees, and probably upcoming awardees, given the caliber of the folks in the room. But I just want to read one of the citations, and again, they're all more or less the same, signed by all 4 Framingham reps. But yeah, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the House of Representatives, be it hereby known to all that the Massachusetts House of Representatives offers its sincerest congratulations to fill in the blank, in recognition of receiving the 2026 Framingham Senior Hero for Diversity Inclusion Award. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Signed on this 25th day of June, 2026, by your 4 Framingham State Reps and our speaker, Ron Mariano. Congratulations.
And of course, we have the Senate, and Momina is.
Yes, I'll read one as well. So the state Senate has official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to blank in recognition of, well, I guess I have to say the award. Is that
No,
okay?
you don't.
Oh, no? Okay.
Whatever
I won't say the award. Receiving a special award, and be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation only be signed by the President of the Senate, Karen Spilka, and a copy therefore transmitted to the Clerk of the Senate. So it's going to be in the records as well. And it is signed by our Senate President, Karen Spilka, and then also our Clerk.
I just want to say, I haven't met her before, but this is her senior services aide. Is that what you?
I do
your
come to
title?
the senior centers,
So,
yes.
So you'll see around. So welcome her
Yes.
today. Thank you. So we want to start with the honorees. And I see our first honoree we're going to call up is Jim Pillsbury. You're going to come over here and Faith will give you the award and we'll have a picture. Turn to a...
Tell me where you want me, boss.
So we'll have pictures.
Okay, do I hold it this way?
Yes, that's good.
Okay, you good? All right.
Thank you. Now the rest of you winners know the protocol.
Sorry.
Yeah, you'll get it back.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You can't trust anybody these days, Kathy.
So if we can have Brian come up, because he's going to introduce you.
Oh, okay. I'll stand over here.
Yeah, right he is.
Oh, right here. So many rules.
Hi, folks. I'll be quick. Then you get to listen to Jim. Again, thanks for you all who took the time out of your day today. It's hard during the middle of the day, we know, to come out and show your support. Every year I come up here, the one thing I ask everybody to do is, when you get a couple minutes, read the stories in the book. There really are good stories. You know, with all the kind of the bad news you see on the news and everything else, to kind of see that there's actually some good things that really are going on in town and that there's really some people doing some really good things. It's just a good feel-good moment. On the Jim. Jim Pillsbury is the recipient of the Framingham Senior Heroes Award in the area of culture and arts. For those who don't know Jim, he's a staunch community activist and an advocate for free speech. Over the years, Jim has made use of public access television to help engage, educate, and inform residents throughout the community. Jim created and produced 200 shows known as Jim Pillsbury Live from the Naughty Pine Cafe, where he covered a variety of issues relating to veterans, the environment, domestic violence, suicide, and the gay and lesbian community. Although these are pretty much mainstream topics in today's world, back then they were much more controversial. Jim used his show to inform and garner public support to press Framingham to displaying the POW MIA flag. He helped give recognition to the sacrifice of those who served, in addition to giving respect to those veterans who didn't come home. Jim was also responsible for the first pinning ceremony, which recognized Framingham Vietnam vets for their service, an event that has continued on for years. Jim also used his show to bring to light the need for Framingham to create a safe haven law. And Framingham has passed a safe haven law which helped ensure infant safety from reckless abandonment. Jim's volunteering has spanned a wide range of other areas in Framingham. He became an advocate for recycling in town, as well as a member of Keep Framingham Beautiful, helping the Dunning School with its compost program. When Framingham switched to a city, he helped resurrect the Framingham League of Women Voters as a way to keep the public more informed. He has staffed food kitchens for the needy and grown food for food pantries. And he has volunteered for years for Voices Against Violence, which helps to keep victims of sexual and domestic violence safe. From veterans to kids to the hungry to seniors to assault victims, Jim has touched many parts of our diverse community. So please join me in congratulating Jim Pillsbury as this year's senior hero in the category of culture and arts. Congrats.
Thank you. That's not for me, I think.
No.
Okay. I'm not here.
always-
I'm not here. Thank you, Brian. That was too good of you. I don't know how I can follow that now. Just a quick note. In March, I got a call at home on a telephone, and I picked it up, and it was Brian. And I immediately said, "Stephanie's not here. Can I take a message?" Nobody calls the house asking for me. And he said, "No, I want to talk to you about the Seniors Hero Award." And I immediately thought, well, it must be about my work feeding the hungry. I was I did food drives at Biogen when I was there, and 8 years at Vertex, and I was to benefit Salvation Army, and I was growing vegetables at the church at Water Street to benefit Daniel's Table. And then he said, "No, it's about your TV show." My TV show, it hasn't been on the air for 13 years. Young people don't even know about cable. They've cut the cord. So he said, "Yeah, it's you've done a lot in the community." And I thought, well, gee, I almost dropped the phone again. And I said, "Are you kidding?" And he said, "No, this is real." And it was something that I was very, very proud of, and I worked very hard at it. And it was all volunteer TV. Had a lot of great people working on the show, and it was something that kind of morphed into something great in my mind. We added a band in 2005, a 5-piece rock and roll band, and I was the drummer, believe it or not, and I started the show on the drums. I would move over to the desk and to the bar and do my interview thing, and it was really something to see. Our show went to as far as the Cape and out as far as Gardner and Winchester, and RCN picked it up. And it was about volunteers, and it was all volunteer show. And the last 30 or so shows, my love of my life, my executive producer, Stephanie Dealey, really made the ending of the show livable, and it really made it happen. And she was really instrumental in making it happen at the end. And it really, it did make the difference to continue it. 230 shows we did. We did a show from the parade. We did a show from the Boston Common, Calmus Beach, talking about Cape Wind, which is no longer. We were on the forefront of timely subjects. The gay motorcycle group, Josh Boger, the founder of Vertex Pharmaceuticals, was on. We did a show about the great molasses flood that killed hundreds of people in Boston in the 1800s. We were talking about things that mainstream media didn't talk about. But that was our claim to fame back then. Free speech was a big deal back in 2000s, and I took full advantage of it back then. And we wanted to portray that anybody could do this if they really had the desire to do so, and we did. And I'm thankful for all the volunteers who worked on the show, and there were probably a dozen or so. We had over 300 guests, and we had some controversy, yes. We were never thrown off the air, although some people would probably like to have done so. But we weren't leaving, and we did the best we could in very hard circumstances when we moved to Fuller. And then the studio moved to Vernon Street, and that was the end of the show. And we didn't like it, but that's the way it was. So all the people who worked on the show, all the guests, all the trouble, all the good times led to this. And I appreciate the council voting for me and the show. And I appreciate all the viewers who ever watched the show. And for you people who don't know it, the show was very popular at a time, and then cable became sort of obsolete, and like it is today. So I appreciate the council voting for me and the show, and I appreciate all the people my daughter, grandchildren. I love it. And I didn't think they were going to show up, so it's a big deal. And now that they're in college and have boyfriends and all the rest of that stuff, they don't want to have anything to do with their old grandfather. So thank you all for showing up. I appreciate it. And that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
And of course, many of you who know Stephanie and Jim know they were impactful on League of Women Voters and getting the word out, not just with his show, but with other things with the Framingham Access.
Jim Pillsbury was the only veteran, Jim Pillsbury was the only civilian that was allowed in the veterans' meetings.
Yes. And he worked very hard, I remember a town meeting, getting the POW flag up and all. So we thank all of the veterans. And we'll get a picture with Jack and that when he comes back. So moving on to our next winner, Glenda Thomas. And Bob and Faith are going to introduce her. You can hold your award. That's really nice. Oh.
No, we're going to come this way.
Thought they were for me. My pleasure. We're honored to introduce Glenda Thomas, the recipient of the 2026 Framingham Senior Hero Award in the area of social development. From a very early age, Glenda has always demonstrated a profound commitment to social development and diversity with the goal of making a difference in the lives of the citizens of the city of Framingham, as well as the community and communities and organizations that she has touched. Well, the very reason that we are here today stems from Glenda's desire and mission to recognize the impact and contributions that the senior citizens of Framingham have made to this community. Her concern for senior citizens was enhanced during the COVID time when many sensitive seniors were unable to venture from their homes. Glenda worked to ensure that older adults with and without disabilities were connected to resources, social programs, and wellness activities to help alleviate any feelings of isolation, which we all felt at that time. Thankfully, the Framingham Senior Hero Award was born from her discernment and concern for the senior population in our community. For more than 45 years in the city of Framingham, Glenda has used her kind but direct voice to affect positive and lasting change in just about every area of our community. Her volunteerism with community organizations such as Springwell, the Human Rights Commission, and the Framingham Council on Aging, just to name a few, demonstrates how Glenda has encouraged and inspired the community to engage in volunteerism, diversity, inclusion, and also equity. Glenda's quote, and I do remember this, "Bringing the rainbow together makes the rainbow much more vibrant, which affects the whole thread of the community," close quote. It's encouraging to me and to us all because she not only says it, but she actually does it. Please join me in recognizing and congratulating Glenda Thomas.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, one more.
Thank you.
Wow. Never did I think I would be up here receiving an award for the program I created. I don't have to say this. I am truly touched and honored to be a recipient of this award. Wow. So, I'm going to reflect a little bit, and it's going to sound like a common thread that we've heard from Kathy and from Brenda. Thank you. But when I started the award, when I had the idea to create the program, the Council on Aging members supported my vision. So I would like to recognize a few of them by calling them out that were there, that I recall that were there. There may be others, so if I missed your name, I apologize. But I'm going to start with Audrey Hall, who's the recipient today. Jennifer Rich, Brian Sullivan, Brenda Diaz, Clyde Dutton, Mark Goldman, and Grace O'Donnell, who was the Director of Elder Affairs in the Callahan Center at that time. And I cannot forget the Friends of Callahan. I also want to thank members of the Framingham Senior Heroes Awards Committee at that time that was embracing my vision to make it a reality. And those members were Shaheen Attar, David Fuller, Laura Mataron, Grace O'Donnell, and Margaret Shepard. I also want to thank all of the members of the Framingham Senior Awards Committee over the years. Each and every one of you have made a difference in the lives of our older residents by keeping this program alive and thriving. If you look at today, it was totally a little bit different than when we first started. We didn't have flowers, we didn't have bouquets, and the awards themselves have really grown into not being a certificate type, but into being an award. And then we have the plaque that the members have looked at creating, and that is in the hall or the entryway of the Callahan Center. There is one person who's been here from when I first created the idea and who still remains an active member today on the committee, and that's Brian Sullivan. His dedication and commitment to this program has been unwavering. So we gave Brian applause. There's another person who I would like to recognize, and that's Kathy McCarthy. Kathy was once a recipient of this award and later joined the committee, eventually serving as a chair for several years. So Kathy, thank you.
Thank you. We were inspired.
I cannot forget our city and state officials who have shown up year after year to recognize and celebrate our award recipients. Thank you for your continued support. It means so much to the honorees and their families. And as a special thank you to the Callahan Center staff for hosting this annual event and making it such a success. This is the 6th year of the Framingham Senior Heroes Awards, and this is a remarkable accomplishment. Thank you for helping us to continue to recognize the contributions of our older residents 60 plus, may not consider, but who have worked and continue to work to make Framingham a wonderful place to call home. When I first thought about recognizing our older population during the COVID, when many of them were isolated in their homes, I wanted Framingham to celebrate those who have served as positive role models in our community through a lens of diversity and inclusion. This program was created to shine a light on individuals whose contributions might otherwise go unnoticed and to honor the impact that they have made on our city. As a resident of Framingham for 46 years, I have witnessed the transformation from a town to a city. We are a vibrant, multicultural community, and the transformation has been made possible by the contributions of our residents. One of the things that I'm going to throw in here, that back in the 80s, when I was on the Human Relations Commission, and Bob Onspot will remember this, I remembered it, but I kind of forgot about it until I went through my archives of papers. So I can say, when I was the chairperson for the Human Relations Commission, we had the first, and I think the only, multicultural fair and parade. We went from the Danforth Museum down Concord, or Union Ave, down Concord over to Farm Pond. When I went back over the program to see the donors, the different performances, the variety of ethnic group foods that we had, and the performances was amazing. I remember saying to Mayor Spicer that when she would say, I've had the first multicultural fair, and I said, no you didn't, I did. But I have to correct that. I led the team where we had the first multicultural fair as a town. She did as a city. So as we grow older, we may contribute differently than we did once, or we may perhaps contribute even more than before. But it's our passion and our kindness and commitments to others that allow our city to continue to flourish. People meet us at a point in time in our lives and may not know the contributions we have made to our families, our community, and even the world. Awards like this provide us the opportunity to reflect on those contributions, celebrate our success, and share our experiences with others. Like you said earlier, your grandchildren are here. So I encourage all of you to continue to look around your family members, your neighborhoods, the organizations, and the community, and nominate other individuals who are volunteering to strengthen the diversity, inclusivity, and the vitality of Framingham. Because I'm looking forward to seeing everyone next year. Thank you.
Okay. Now, thank you so much for that. And I think Jack and that are here. He'll be taking pictures with your winners later. Not that tall. We want to move on to our special guest and honoree, Marty Dutton. Come on up. Come on over here and get your award. Oh, here it is. And he'll take your picture. Faith, stay. And our chair is going to introduce you.
Hello again. Uh-oh. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's Senior Heroes Award recipient in the Health and Healthcare category, Ms. Marty Dutton. For more than 5 years, Marty has been a driving force behind creating a healthier, cleaner, safer, and more connected Framingham. What began during the pandemic as one person cleaning her neighborhood quickly led her to join the Keep Framingham Beautiful movement. When she joined Keep Framingham Beautiful, she inspired residents of all ages to take pride in their community and improve the public spaces that enhance the quality of life throughout the city. Keep Framingham Beautiful has removed more than 250,000 pounds of litter and debris from Framingham parks, trails, neighborhoods, and public spaces. Marty has led cleanups across nearly every single neighborhood in Framingham, and from major roadways to public spaces such as the Cochituate Rail Trail, Cushing Park, and Farm Pond. But her impact extends far beyond hundreds of cleanups that have been organized. Through her leadership, she has brought people together. She's inspired volunteerism. She's mentored young people and created opportunities for residents of all ages. Marty has partnered with schools, youth organizations, environmental groups, and community volunteers, helping to create a culture of service that continues to grow year after year. Her commitment to inclusivity and accessibility has ensured that everyone has the opportunity to participate and make a difference. Her service has a lasting effect on Framingham and the people who call it home. She is truly a treasure of the city of Framingham. So please join me in congratulating Marty Dutton, our 2026 Senior Heroes Award recipient for Health and Healthcare. My pleasure.
Thank you. Opportunity to shine again.
Yes.
Oh, anyway, hello, and thank you for coming to this celebration. I would like to specifically thank Keep Framingham Beautiful co-chairs Mike Croce and Deborah Kaplan for nominating me for this award. But I really think all KFB volunteers are heroes, including them. They are the reason KFB is so successful. And thank you to the folks who pulled this celebration together, especially Brenda and Kathy, who have worked so hard. I can attest to that. I've been in touch with them throughout this process, and they've given so much effort. And thank you to the folks, and thank you to my fellow recipients, Jim, Audrey, and Glenda. Your efforts have improved the quality of life in Framingham, and I appreciate everything you've done. And finally, thank you and all my love to family, who I'm back there too, and friends. I'm the luckiest person on earth because of you, and I mean that sincerely. My sister reminded me that it's a good idea to start a speech with a joke. Well, sorry, I'm rubbish at joke telling. Get it? Trash? Rubbish. Anyway. But I have a nice story to tell. A story my daughter Ray shared with me a few weeks ago. Ray runs regularly. I want you to try saying that 3 times fast. Okay? It takes a lot of effort. Ray runs regularly in her neighborhood. On this particular day, she noticed a Dunkin' cup in the middle of the road. Knowing how those plastic takeout cups can splinter into a dozen non-degradable strips, she scooped it up to dispose of properly. Continuing on her run, cup in hand, Ray noticed an empty bag on the side of the road. Scooped that up, put the cup in it, and continued. Further down the road, more trash. Of course, Ray scooped that up as well, and so on and so on. By the time she returned home, she had a full bag of trash to throw in her barrel. Not only did Ray improve the health of her immediate environment, but all those squats increased the value of her workout. Good job, Ray. That little anecdote illustrates a take on the airport catchphrase, if you see something, say something. KFB's catchphrase could be, if you see something, do something. It's so easy to make a difference. Anyone can contribute to a cleaner, greener, healthier place to live simply by noticing their surroundings and taking action. Studies indicate that looking onto clean, green space, even from inside your home, can improve well-being. Speaking of anyone being able to make a difference, KFB is proud to be an inclusive organization. We have embraced Framingham's diversity and welcome anyone and everyone to join in our movement. The young, the not so young, no matter your address or ideology, religious affiliation or ethnicity. We encourage one and all to participate individually or at one of our regularly scheduled group cleanups. After all, diversity and inclusion are part of the origin story of our country. It only makes sense that our organizations represent microcosms of that origin. We've all been enriched by the resulting myriad opportunities of a multicultural society. I know I'm a better person for having practiced yoga and tasted Brazilian cheesy bread. It's delicious. Now, I'd like to ask everyone to reflect a moment on their greatest environmental concern. It might be climate change, water pollution, wildfires, air quality, wildlife habitats, or microplastics penetrating our brains and bloodstreams. How scary is that, right? Yeah. Litter contributes to each of these issues that has the potential to impact every living thing on our planet. Mitigating these hazards should therefore be the responsibility of each and every one of us. I once read an article about David Sedaris, an American author who owns a home in England. In that article, he described his daily habit of picking up roadside trash to keep his little slice of heaven litter-free. The locals, who once thought he was kind of odd for this habit, now endearingly refer to him as Pigpen. Whatever you consider to be your little slice of heaven, won't you consider joining KFB's Adopt a Spot initiative to keep it clean? If you'd like more info on that, there are people here who can provide it. Let's all continue working towards a better Framingham. Thank you so much. As I said, they all inspire us. Oh. Jim, what did you do? There we go. Okay, and last but not least, my friend, and our next winner is Audrey M. Hall. Come on up, Audrey. Good afternoon, everyone, again. It's my honor and privilege to introduce Audrey M. Hall, our 2026 Framingham Senior Hero for Public Service. Many know Audrey as the host of a local television program or as a familiar voice in civic discussions. But what many may not realize is that her local contributions extend far from what is seen on TV. Coming to Framingham as a young parent, Audrey was not aware of New England's town meeting form of government. What began as curiosity soon became a lifelong commitment to public service. She went on to serve town meeting for 19 years, including 12 years of Ways and Means. Some of our past administrators and department heads, and I see in the audience, and she was probably interviewing them many times during that time. Audrey earned a reputation for thoughtful analysis, fairness, and helping residents understand complex issues that affect their daily lives. Audrey has been a tireless advocate for educational equity, accessibility, civic engagement, and community inclusion. She mentored new community leaders and encouraged folks from all backgrounds to participate in local government and community organizations. As a founding board member of Framingham Public Access, and thanks to Framingham Public Access for keeping us informed and videotaping this event this year and others, she was also a visionary behind the show The Frame, a news show. And she focused for decades to ensure residents have access to reliable local information and meaningful civic dialogue. Yet despite her public visibility, much of her most impactful work has taken place quietly behind the scenes, often without recognition and always with an emphasis on serving others. Yes, thank you, Audrey. Audrey's commitment and advocacy for seniors while on the Council on Aging and the Friends has made significant improvements in resources, connection, dignity, and support, especially during the challenges of COVID-19 and beyond. Audrey is known for asking thoughtful and sometimes difficult questions. She believes in strong communities, and they are built through honest dialogue, informed decision-making, and willingness to listen to many different perspectives. As she said, it's never really about us, the volunteers. It has to be about the mission, the people, and the outcomes. Thank you so much, Audrey, and let's hear from you.
Wow. Thank you, Kathy. Listening to Jim, Glenda, and Marty, it's a reminder that so much of what we value in Framingham, it exists because people choose to get involved. And the same is true of this Framingham Senior Hero Awards Committee. This event exists because volunteers give their time and energy to recognize the contributions of others, work that often goes unseen, but strengthens the entire community. So thank you for that service. I am so deeply grateful and truly humbled to receive this award for diversity and inclusion in public service. To me, diversity and inclusion are not slogans. They are daily choices. Who is included in the conversation? Whose voice is heard? And whether people leave the room feeling they truly belong. At its core, public service is simple. It's seeing a problem that affects your community and choosing not to walk past it. And I learned early that how you do that work matters just as much as what gets done. I never approached this work with a political agenda. My only standard was whether it made things better for the community. And sometimes, when it started to get political, messy, or frustrating, people would ask me, why do you do all of this when you're not even getting paid? And my answer was always, because I care, because it matters, and because I believe that showing up no matter what could make things better. And that belief shaped how I tried to approach every role that I held. Follow the facts, make sure every voice is heard, and put the needs of the community ahead of personal or political agendas. When those principles are honored, communities move forward. Not because everyone agrees, but because people then trust the process. And one of the places that shaped me most was town meeting, and later serving as chair of the Ways and Means Committee. Those were challenging but so rewarding. They brought together people, many who were here, with very different perspectives, experiences, and priorities, and we did not always agree. But every single voice mattered. And what made that work possible was not agreement, it was respect. And a shared willingness to stay in the work together, even when we saw things differently. That work was never done alone. And the people who I asked to be here today were part of that journey with me. Colleagues, professionals, and friends who know exactly how difficult those conversations could be and how important it was to keep them grounded and productive. And I am deeply grateful for that partnership. Because what we built together was not just better decisions, it was trust. And trust is what makes progress possible. And that same approach carried into some of the work I am most proud of in our schools. Working alongside parents, educators, legislators, and community members with PTOs and the Alliance for Educational Equity, we addressed inequities in the state's education funding formula and helped secure millions of additional dollars for Framingham schools. We strengthened local programs and improved how families access information about education and elections. And one of the most meaningful efforts I was a part of was expanding access to full-day kindergarten for every child in Framingham. Because opportunity should not depend on circumstance, it should be the foundation. And more recently, my work with the Council on Aging reinforced another truth. A strong community is one where every generation is valued, not just for what it needs, but for what it contributes. And across all these years, I have learned that meaningful change is not complicated, but it does require intention. It happens when people refuse to accept that something cannot be improved, and when they are willing to stay at the table long enough to do the work together. And none of this happens alone. It has always been supported by the people in my life who made it possible to stay committed to this work. My husband, Bob, and my daughter, Carly. They lived with the realities of public service for more than 20 years. Evening meetings, last-minute changes in plans, phone calls at all hours, nights when I came home after the lights were already out. And I still remember sitting in my car after many meetings, listening to voicemail messages that said, "When are you coming home? I miss you." At the time, I thought that was a question about timing. But I understand now it was something so much deeper. It was a reminder that public service always has a human cost. Not just for the person doing the work, but for the people who support them while they do it. So I want to thank Bob and Carly for their patience, their strength, and their steady support through it all. Because no one does this work alone. And if there is one hope, if there's one thing I hope that people take from my journey, it is this. You do not need a title, you don't need an election or an appointment to make a difference. You only need the willingness to show up, to listen, and stay engaged, even when it would be easier not to. Because public service is not about recognition, it's about responsibility. And about the trust that is built when people believe the process is fair, even when they do not agree with every outcome. And if this award recognizes anything, I hope it recognizes this: that communities are strongest when people come into the process without an agenda other than getting it right, when they fully listen, when they include voices that may otherwise be left out, and when they stay long enough to do the work that trust requires. That is what I tried to do, and this is what I learned from the people I worked alongside. And that is what I was supported in doing by the people closest to me. An award is a moment, but service is a legacy that remains after the moment has passed. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. I see many here that are city councilors and whatever. I just want to acknowledge also, thanks to Phil Ottaviani, who had surgery, so he apologized he couldn't be. I think this is the first year he hasn't been able to come. But he arranged with the mayor's office and city council to have wonderful citations from the city. So thank you all for that, the city council and the mayor and all. So on behalf of the residents of the city of Framingham, we recognize the winners. Congratulations on your recent award for the 2026 Senior Heroes Award. We recognize your dedication to the area through storytelling and public media. Your efforts through public access television and other reasons. Thank you all for the service and commitment to Framingham. And I'm sure they'll have all these wonderful citations framed. But, and Jack will come up and take pictures and all that. So. Hang on.
Can I interrupt you for just a second?
Oh, yes.
Just for a second. This wasn't planned, but I'm so moved by it, and I just want to say that what these awards really, really do for the community is to remind us that seniors are not done. That's
Exactly. Yay! Thank you so much. So next on our program is to, did someone say something? Oh. Couldn't hear me, imagine. So I'd like to introduce Mary McGill from the Friends. And we want to, as she comes up, you know, the Friends have been so integral a part of the outreach and the support for this program since its start. And we just want to make sure that everybody knows about the Friends and what they do, and thanks for all the donations. Thank you, Mary.
Well, finally a podium my size.
That's what I was saying too.
The other one was like, okay, I'm on the side here. But welcome everyone, and thank you for coming. And I just have a few words to say. The word hero can mean many different things to many different people. For some, a hero is someone who performs extraordinary acts of courage. For others, it is someone who quietly and consistently helps others, often without recognition. Today, we celebrate individuals who have been recognized for their contributions to our community. Through their time, effort, generosity, and commitment, they have touched the lives of those around them and helped make our community stronger. Whether we think of them as heroes, role models, volunteers, neighbors, or friends, what unites them is the willingness to give of themselves for the benefit of others. That is something worthy of recognition and appreciation. I just want to go off script just for a second. I was in a fitness class the other day, and I couldn't help but watching this couple. And I thought, wow, every time they were trying to do something, his block would fall off. His wife would go over, fix it. She would sit down and perform what she was doing. Then his strap came off. She came over and helped him. And I thought, hero. Here are two heroes sitting there. They're maybe not recognized heroes by us, but heroes for him, for having the courage to come back after maybe, I didn't ask them what was wrong with him, but an illness or whatever it was that made him, gave him the strength to do what he had to do, and her for being there and assisting him. So each and everyone, look next to you, there's probably a hero sitting right there, you don't even know it.
Yes.
But anyway, congratulations to all of today's honorees, and thank you for the many ways you contribute to the lives of others. Thank you.
Moving right along. So I just want to say, and we're coming up to the close, and I know you're dreaming of the cake and the cookies and all that stuff, but if we can take another few minutes. Thank you all for attending. Thanks to our 2026 winners for their nominators, families, friends, and fans.